I was looking at.
We got 13 minutes.
Let me delete some of these. I was also pulling up pictures of the snowbirds from last year
Right.
because I was standing on the peak of my roof with a 400mm lens. Kind of like this one. This one I like. This kind of reminds me of Magenta from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay.
You remember Magenta's hairdo towards the end?
Right.
With the white streaks in it?
Right.
That totally reminds me of.
So you had they rolled you in for the surgery. Even though you'd eaten cashews.
I was just under the wire, so the limit's 8 hours.
Right.
And so by the time we started the surgery, it was about 5 minutes after 8, and I think the last one was at 2 minutes after 12.
And while you were under the knife, the fireworks were going off.
Yeah, I didn't think about this, but yeah, Dennis was teasing me the next morning. I guess it's this morning that he saw them, and where was I? Completely oblivious.
You were in the operating room. They went off at 10.
How were the fireworks? I just heard them.
They were okay, but you can't compare to those 150s, right?
Well, that's just it. And the same thing with the Snowbirds show last year. Totally eclipsed any other that we're likely to see for a while.
Yeah.
That was something else. That was like a good 45 minutes last year. That was something that was wild.
Nice.
Wild. So here I am in a hospital with all sorts of young female nurses, and it reminds me of my grandmother. And Dennis is sort of like, wait, what?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Just think about what he said.
How does that work? All of these young female nurses, and I'm thinking of my grandmother. Well, here's the explanation.
Okay. Ah,
1924.
that's lovely.
That's my grandmother, Persida, in her nurse's outfit. This is how she met my grandfather.
Because your grandfather was in the hospital?
Yeah.
Not this one though.
No.
That would be too funny.
No, that was, I think, where would it have been? It's possible it was in Welland. My dad would know.
Right.
But either that or Wellesley or somewhere in southern Ontario.
Right.
It looks quite mischievous.
Yes.
And Annabelle has her name as a middle name.
Okay.
And she's come by it completely honestly.
What is it? Sorry, I forgot. I blanked on the name again.
Persida.
Persida.
Yeah. So Annabelle Persida Briggs-Sauvé.
Lovely.
Yeah. No, she's come by it honestly, and she knows how it fits because I tell all kinds of raving, glowing tales about my grandmother, and yeah, she's just as mischievous and determined.
That's wonderful.
And they also both share a love of rum.
Yeah. What?
So now you're making me hurt. So, oh my, yeah, that hurt. So here we are doing these treks in Nepal.
Right.
And after one of the treks, Nico comes, we were sitting in the dining room, and Nico sort of announces and says, I prefer beer. It's kind of like, okay. Annabelle pipes up shortly afterwards, and she says, I prefer rum. It's kind of like you and your grandmother my grandmother are two peas in a pod. Anyway.
That's lovely.
Yeah, Persida really liked her rum.
So you woke up on this morning.
So yeah, I woke up at 2. Oh my, there's something bothering my top of my left foot. I wonder if that's a ghost.
The pillow.
No, I think that might be some kind of ghost nerve or something like that. Woke up. Yeah, so I woke up in the recovery room at about 1. And woke up at about 1 and sat there for a while, and then I got back here for 2-ish and started, yeah, I already talked about that. Got back here about 2 and then discovered the IV had slipped out.
Right.
It bled all over my keyboard, and there was electrolytes in there, of course, that were supposed to be for me that ended up in the keyboard, so it's not working very well. I lost the Z key, C key, yeah, Z, C, V, M, comma, period, semicolon, enter, and the space bar is starting to become a little bit flaky. So, but Google Hangouts, I was trying to type to Kyle, and I managed to get in a few lines. And the first 2 lines I typed, maybe I covered this already. First couple of lines I typed, they were sane. The third line looked like some kind of code.
Right.
Uh,
I think that's how you started.
maybe. I may have started with you with that, but I don't know if the video was on.
No, probably, maybe not.
Yeah, so I wrote to Carol and said, oh, I'm out of surgery. Sleep time. Then the third line is, oh, 1-3 Woo 34 T34 Y N33E L33P. And she writes back and goes, I'm on the road. Mr. Call, how do you feel? Don't understand the code. And it wasn't until I woke up later this morning and tried to get into my laptop and discovered that the keyboard was hosed
Yeah.
that I realized why she was doing that. I was, half loopy at the time, and I couldn't focus anyway. So, fortunately, somebody brought me a keyboard, so I'm able to continue. But I just replaced this keyboard 2 months ago.
Right.
Because of a tea incident in Delhi. Oh well.
It's just hardware. It's just hardware.
It's just hardware.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of hardware, I'm eager to see the X-rays.
Yeah,
Because there's going to be lots of pins and plates and stuff.
for sure.
So I'll probably have some special letter with maybe even pictures in it to show the security guys at the airport.
I would hope so.
It's just a letter.
Just a letter?
Yeah, I
No.
have it for my hands.
No photos? Oh wow.
I guess you could take a photo of it and include that.
That's the story.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the story. Yeah. I'll put it in my binder here with the rest of my.
This is the binder. What have you got in the binder?
Oh, it's all bent pictures.
Bent pictures?
Recumbent.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. And you're going to be adding photos from this into your photo album?
I guess I'm gonna have to add more pages.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, I'm in really good spirits because I've had some wonderful visitors today, including our neighbors on the compound in New Delhi, in India.
That was too amazing to go off and do.
So yeah, yesterday I saw Margaret and Rowena walking down the hall, and I just, because of the context was so out of place, I couldn't remember their names to be able to call Margaret's name and say, hi Margaret. And remembered it afterwards, and then went looking for Scott's email address and came up with that. And I emailed Scott and I said, did I just see Margaret
Is
and
he
Rowena?
in India or is he back here?
No,
I
he's
see they're
here.
back here. Yeah.
He's here. Yeah, because his father's in here.
Right. Right.
So on the same floor.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway, lots of wonderful visitors, including a couple from Montreal with a 6-month-old baby
Aw.
who I totally didn't expect to see. But they were out here to visit his mother, who's out near Ompa, 509, Highway 509.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, one of those.
Highlands.
Right on the way to the Blue Skies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right about that area.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So Ajit was here with his wife and his baby. Way cool. Yeah, and of course Ross comes bearing a keyboard, and with Hasmig. And Hasmig's an OT, an occupational therapist at CHIO, and she's telling me to calm down and stop dreaming so big.
In terms of things, next adventures with bicycles and stuff.
Yeah, before I'm ready to walk. Sort of thing.
Right. It is good to go, step by step and not re-injure
Sure,
yourself.
but the occupation of the therapist who did come to see me, she wasn't able to see me today because, or at least go through some stuff today because of timetables.
Yeah.
But she was kind of like, okay, so what happened? And it's kind of like, okay, I pull out a picture of the tall bike and
Yeah.
describe how it happened. She's kind of, okay, I understand. So then I pulled out my binder and said, what about this?
Right.
And, how long before I ride this? And she starts asking me all kinds of questions about this thing. You've got a canoe on top of it. It can do this. And she starts leafing through it, getting all excited about the whole thing. My brother would love this stuff. Do you mind if I take pictures of it? And kind of go ahead. All the pictures are on the internet, which you're perfectly welcome to. Anyway, so we ended up going through the entire binder, and I come back to the first page, and it's kind of, you never answered my question.
Right.
When? 6 weeks?
Right.
kind of like, yeah, that's doable. Kind of, all right, that's
Yes, please.
Yeah,
promising.
for sure, for sure. No, 6 weeks is it's lovely to be able to be mobile again.
Well, I know some other determined people who haven't let that sort of thing stop them.
Right. Yeah.
So Richard Hidon locally, he's lost a leg to some kind of industrial accident. He's
Right.
got really badly mangled elbows because of other ones.
Yeah.
And he's riding a trike and he's in all kinds of trouble.
Right.
Yeah, he's just a total inspiration. And
Yeah.
of course, our friend Marie-Josée, who's had polio, I think, as a child,
Right.
and is a paraplegic, and she's teaching aerobics classes. It's kind of like,
Wow.
yeah, it's like these people are way cool.
Yes. Yes, it's good to have influences in your
way
life
cool.
that are able to go off and yeah, for sure.
So I asked about a hand cycle, and she's kind of like, I don't know, 2 weeks.
That'd be great. So, would you have any sense of when you'll be able to be walking up and downstairs and you know?
Unassisted, 12 weeks.
Okay.
So, but I asked about being able to go to a conference in Vancouver in 2 months.
Right.
She says, yeah, it's doable.
It's a long time sitting in a plane, but
It's not as bad as a 15-hour flight from Delhi,
it's true. It's true.
but
Yeah.
that's manageable.
Right. Right. What's the conference?
Linux Security Summit.
Right. That
I
makes
had
sense.
my proposal accepted.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Well,
That's big news.
well, I had it accepted 2 years ago as
Okay.
well when it was in Toronto.
Right.
Toronto, where was it?
But different talk.
Yes, it was Toronto. Let me see. Yes. There was another, no, I thought I was mixing it up with another conference in Toronto, but that was the IETF,
Right.
which is a different weekend.
Right. You've got a minute and a half basically until it's done. Do you have any other thoughts? No.
I'm grateful.
The kids are doing well.
Kids are doing well. Kids
Yeah.
are good kids.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so the kids are at the music camp with my dad, which was planned beforehand. We were supposed to bicycle there, and given the temperatures of 32 predicted for Saturday, which ended up being more like 37, I think,
It was brutal.
and yeah, Canada Day of 36
Yeah.
with humidex of 47 to 49.
Right.
That would have actually been a higher humidex than the trip that we did, the bicycle trip we did in Rajasthan in March
Right.
in central India, in the desert.
That's crazy.
So in a way, that's a small mercy as well,
Yeah.
because
You didn't have to do that.
we didn't have to suffer through that. But Nico was disappointed because he really wanted to ride his own bike up to the music camp.
Right.
So that'll come.
Yes. Yes. No. Marvelous. Okay. It's blinking at me. So that probably means something. Okay. Thanks, Richard.